Well, it's early morning here at the Taj Resort. Decided to go for a bit of walk around the grounds while Shanti's sleeping. And another thing I was doing, as I'm off sorts here, is 5 a.m. in the morning, I'm watching Honeymooner reruns on YouTube and ready to doze off at 12. I guess I'm not quite ready. My body's not quite ready to deal with the time change. I'm working on that. So I was texting with a good friend back home. To protect his identity, we'll call him Neil. Now, Neil is sort of like me, but the opposite. Inasmuch as he was born here in India, raised here, and then spent the second half of his life in America, where I'm from. And, you know, having been here for a while, and I must admit, it is a very strange experience being behind these insulated gates where the peacocks play and the flutist plays the most beautiful sangeet or music. And just outside the gate, you can hear the hustle and bustle of the city. So I commented to Neil how he must be so proud to be an Indian NRI, or to have hailed from India. And after reflecting on it, Neil commented back to me that he was not really as proud as you might think, because all of this splendor, much of which you see behind me, was built on the back of the common man, on the throat of the common man. And I understand that, I really do, you know. But that being said, I think it's important to keep in mind that prior to 1947, there was no India. There was a loosely knit, and I don't even think I should call it a federation, of kingdoms and British rule, under British rule. So when you take into account that they've tried to stitch all these languages and cultures and different traditions together into one unified nation only since 1947, I wouldn't say they're doing too bad. I've seen superhighways built to the Himalayas. I have seen women who are forced to work with their child in their arm and carrying rocks on their head. I've also seen the most kindness I've ever seen as part of the human condition. I've seen a man usher a frog off the driveway so that he didn't run over it or disturb it. And these are the complexities that all work together to create the fabric of a society. You know, in a lot of ways we talk about freedom in the United States, but here there's nothing but freedom. You want to drive on the wrong side of the highway? You'd like to urinate in public? So be it. I'll get into the horns and the system of driving a little later. But for now, I just think that it's important to notice that when you grow up in one culture, you are perhaps a bit pessimistic of that culture. One of the most common questions I get is, well, you're so fascinated with Indian society, is it that you want to be Indian? And I always say that, respectfully, that is not the case. To me, being on the crux of the two societies is what enlightens both. Not only do you see the nuances of the society you're spectating of, but you also get a deeper understanding of your own society and how things are different. It really takes seeing both sides of the coin to give you an accurate view of who you are culturally. And one thing I've learned is that culture is king. Inasmuch as you may be born Indian, but if you are raised in America, you're American. And I'm sure it would be the other way around as well. It doesn't matter the genetics, it really is the culture that you're reared in. These are the sensibilities that permeate your mind in the end. You know, a lot of the older generation Indians get me, right? We speak a bit of Hindi, we have a laugh. We talk about some old Bollywood singers or something. You know, the new generation in America they don't care for this stuff. They are spiraling towards modernity. They've been raised in the States, and that's who they are. I'm not faulting them for it. We're all a product of our societies. But I guess what I'm getting at is that there's something to be said for embracing another culture so that you may better understand yourself. I hope that makes a lot of sense. So I would encourage anybody to go out and find another culture that they find intriguing and explore the nuances of that culture so that you not only have something entertaining, but have a contrast that you can use as a yardstick to measure against your own experience. Well, I'm guessing that's enough ranting for this morning. I think I'll go over and meander through the peacocks and enjoy some flute music. Catch you later.